play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bob Stastinko gonna find Rainer.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jason, headcaster for NGS, as everyone likes to keep reminding me. And we've got today for you a C-West matchup here. We've got Piecemeal versus Furters. And it looks like these guys are pretty much ready to go, so I'm going to let them know I am ready to go. And we're hoping to get this rolling for you guys as quick as we can. My first cast in a few weeks, so or at least solo cast, so hope I'm not too rusty for y'all. Thank you very much for watching and stopping by. Got quite a few matches tonight. Normal Thursday slate. See quite a few casters on streaming right now, so the hard work continues. And these two teams out of C West. Looks like we got map number 1 queued up. The lobby is ready, and it looks like we are going into the draft for game number 1 here on Dragonshire. Maybe. There we go. Want to make sure we got the teams on the right side. It looks like we do. Yep. All right. So, first ban phase here, Dragonshire. Of course, a very rotation-heavy map, so we definitely like to see teams prioritizing global heroes, wave clear, that allows you to rotate a little quicker, and ideally, getting in some quick camp-taking ability can give you quite a bit of advantage in a lot of these moments. Jaina going to be the initial ban out. Worth noting that when you start looking around this time of the season, we're about halfway through the season at this point, maybe a little further for some of these teams, depending on how their flex matches are going. You've got a pretty good idea of what these teams like to play at this point. And you start to see some of these particular bans come in, where teams are looking to specifically deny certain heroes, and right away we're seeing Orphea banned out and Jaina on the other side. So, and then again, Muradin, not a super high profile tank right now, but if somebody on Piecemeal plays it well, worth the ban. We've seen a lot of early Diablo, Johanna. We've seen ETC getting banned out on occasion, but that's the first early Muradin ban I think I've seen in quite a while. So very interesting to see those target bans coming out. And the Junkrat on the other side, again, good wave clear. All of these heroes good on this map in general. Play to the map objective and the general strategies we see here, but unique bans for sure. We're going to see ETC, the first pickup. Dallying Pig, well known for that ETC play of his. Casted quite a few Dallying Pig ETC matches in my day. You can see it again here tonight. And Rexar Falstad coming out, so Piecemeal going very heavily into the map selections, and this was their map choice, so no surprise to see that there. Rexar, very, very difficult to deal with on the point. Misha, more specifically, kind of a pain to deal with. And Falstad, of course, with that global. Good wave clear, good camp taking ability. Kind of ticks all the boxes of what you want. But on the other side, we're going to see DJ Cold Cuts answering with that to Haka.
Anytime you're ready.
And the Jimmy coming out as well. We've seen a lot of priority for Jimmy. The auto attack increases have made him a little bit more attractive of a pick. Not that he needed all that much help. Raynor was already pretty strong, so I think that just kind of puts him in another step up with those changes. Though admittedly his wave clear is not the best. He can take camps, but again, not the strongest hero there. He's mostly the team fight, the long sustained damage, and that can come into play here when you're fighting over these shrines, especially when you're trying to gain advantage in siege off of these. Meanwhile, on the other side, Deckard going to be banned out here by Piecemeal. So a little bit of that healer chokehold applied by both squads now. Actually, as the Stukov gets banned out on the other side. Stukov pretty good on this map, being able to put that lurking arm down and the choke points on these two shrines can be kind of difficult to deal with. Definitely hinders a point of entry or exit. A lot of the times we see the Stukov players use that for. Meanwhile, tank and healer picked up now for Piecemeal. Lucio kind of seeing a little bit of a resurgence, especially in the amateur leagues. We've been seeing him pop up a little bit more. His rotational ability, so strong on this map. Johanna contributing a decent amount to wave clear, but on the other side, Gul'dan, Ana going to close out Frank's Furters comp here. So Gul'dan, again, great wave clear. Good sustained damage coming out overall from Frank's Furters. And Ana going to definitely give a lot of that sustained healing that you like to see for these maps. With these long, drawn-out objective phases that are just kind of ongoing. And Kael'thas on the other side, so quite a lot of wave clear on both teams now. And a lot of damage, you know. You count Rexar as the solo lane versus the Dahaka. Both teams have kind of that traditional double backline assassin. Traditional tanks and healers. Very straightforward comps coming out from these squads. I like to see it. We'll see who can gain the upper hand. I do like Piecemeal's ability to rotate around the map a little bit faster with that Lucio. Make these early rotations. And with the wave clear they have, really take advantage of being able to play the macro quickly. I do like the team fighting of Frank's Furters a little bit more, but this tends to be more of a macro map, so I feel like it kind of is on the shoulders of Piecemeal at this point, whether they're going to feed into that or not. They, I don't mean feed as in, like, dying a lot. I mean, you know, they play their game and they play the macro and don't fight too often. I think they got the advantage. But either way, we are going into game number 1. Let's introduce these squads. On the left, we've got Piecemeal, and we've got Max Azillion going to be playing the Johanna. Odd Thought going to be on the Lucio. We've got Dark Knight playing the Falstad. Apollyon going to be playing the Kael'thas. And up top, we've got Gambit on the Rexar. While on the right, we've got Frank's Furters. We've got Magic Master playing the Gul'dan. Indecisive going to be on the Ana. Boggs on the Raynor. Dowling Pig on the ETC. And we've got DJ Cold Cuts playing the Dahaka. We got Ripper hanging out in chat saying, "Go Franks." Got all the Franks here tonight. Nice condemn coming in there from Max Azillion, trying to set up some damage. Spreading that bomb a little bit. We'll see right away the rotation from both of these squads. Very quick to get back down to the bot lane. Falstad kind of staying up in the mid. Kind of checking things out up here. Up in the top lane. Solo lane matchup that was promised. Rexar versus Dahaka. And this time it is Piecemeal that leaves somebody in lane.
Take control of the shrine.
Kael'thas left down there. Throws out the stun to try to hinder the rotation. You know, both teams going to get right onto the camps pretty immediately here, and we're going to see a little bit of a pause. So we'll head back over here. We don't need that. We're good. We got the intro in earlier. Alright, looks like he is back. So it should just be a short pause. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in, checking out our NGS match here tonight. We're going to go ahead and give the countdown, and we will get back into game. Got more Heroes of the Storm action here as we hit around the, again, you know, around the mid-season here in NGS. So teams starting to feel each other out. Some teams starting to head in towards that awesome playoff run. So we do see a couple members right away for Piecemeal jumping on this point. They're still a little faster on the camp clear, so they get a bit of a rotational advantage on it. But Dowling Big going to step on point here. They're going to force this back to a contested status. Up top, Misha goes down, and so we will see Dahaka grabbing that point. Dowling Big sliding in, taking a little bit of heat on the backside there. But ultimately, we do see the Shrine being captured here by Piecemeal. And they're doing a nice job of sustaining against Frank's Furters, which I would think would be pretty decent for being able to whittle away the health. Max Zillion starting to get a little bit low. Dowling Pig coming back in, sliding back out, as the ETCs do. Meanwhile, up top again, Misha trying to do what he can against DJ Cold Cuts up there. Jimmy doing a nice job of clearing in the mid and giving a little bit of an XP lead to Frank's Furters, but really nothing to write home about at this point. Still pretty even on both sides, as the camps do get cleaned out in mid with basically no damage down here in the bot. Meanwhile, just kind of poking back and forth as both tanks are just sticking in. Dowling Pig, though, getting a little low. We'll go ahead and hit the slide button and get on out. Max Zillion also going to have to back up, and this time, actually, it looks like it's going to go over to the side of Frank's Furters for the moment. DJ Coldcut still having to deal with Misha constantly on this point. Gambit actually coming up, and the flight's coming in from Falstad, and they are going to look to try and get a pick here. DJ Coldcut's getting low. Pops that tiny bit of essence he had. Meanwhile, down here, bit of an engagement. Dowling Pig sliding forward, but no first blood yet. I'm not going to count Misha for the moment. Maybe a little bit later. 6 globes so far for Kael'thas. 10 on the other side for ETC. So both teams starting to gather those quests up a little bit. Getting a little bit done. 20 corruption stacks for Magic Master. Not bad for the first 4 minutes. Well, we do see another fight brewing here. 4v3 in favor of Piecemeal down here. As we do see big grenade coming in. Gonna deny some of that healing coming in on the other side, but ultimately it's Frank's Furters. Ends up being worse for wear. As Shrine will go back over in favor of Frank's Furters, but we do see it being picked up by Dahaka in the top lane to deny the cap possibility. Now Dark Knight quickly grabbing that camp. Looked like he might have burned some bribe stacks to grab that so quickly. Going with that more lightning rod centric build, though he did still go boomerang 7. Meanwhile, pressuring in on the camp. I like this call. Dowling Pig is coming up here trying to be the answer. Slides in just in time. No, wait, never mind. Not contested. It looked like he had it contested there for a second. But does end up being capped for Piecemeal, but they spend Kael'thas as the cost. And now DJ Coldcut's coming in. Actually gets the tongue onto Gambit himself, but Misha still there to defend the Master, if you will. Meanwhile, briefly seeing Piecemeal own both of those, but it's not quite enough to see anyone grab it in mid. See it shift back over to Frank's Furters down here for a bit. Dowling Pig completely out of mana here. I'm gonna go ahead and tap the well to get a little bit of mana back. Meanwhile, big rotation up to mid. Boggs has got to be careful. He's gonna rotate down, and he sees 3 there. Makes a beeline for the wall. Actually, daringly coming in, but a nice boop there from Odd Thought. Gets the Q out to the zone for Boggs. Ooh, and Joe goes down in the bot lane. Nice pickup there. And that, I think, is the first full... Or no, that's not first blood, that's second blood. They got the Kel'Thas earlier. And they've also got some niche kills on the other side, so everybody's getting something. On both sides of the map, I should say. Meanwhile, while all this was going on, Piecemeal grabbing the DK, of course. Oh, and the kick! Raynor back into the... Oh no! That is not where Raynor wanted to be. Rough moment there for good old Jimmy. Ana gonna end up going down here as well. Nice chase there by Piecemeal with that Lucio speed. Get in there and get the job done. Thank you very much for the bits, Slexia. All 69 of them. Camp, or, well, not camp, fort going down here in the bot lane. There's the camp. Piecemeal gonna go ahead and grab the bot camp. Both teams crossing that level 10 line. Still pretty even on the XP. Just, you know, about half a level, give or take, for Piecemeal here. So, Frank's Furters definitely not out of this yet. Looking at the heroics, we've got Sound Barrier, along with the Mighty Gust, and Pyroblast, Blessed Shield, and looks like that is Bestial Wrath. Alright, we're getting Misha going here. 2 seconds on the camp as Piecemeal is going to invade and bribe and grab. On the other side, we've got Hyperion, Nano Boost, Mosh Pit, Horrify, and the Isolation for Frank's Furters. Blessed Shield is going to come out here. Dowling Pig almost hit by that Q. Actually got booped out of it. But looked like he had the slide, so he was going to be safe either way. Meanwhile, they are pushing in with this double camp, still having the last vestiges of the Bruiser camp there, the pair with the Siege camp. Looks like for now we'll get cleaned up. Piecemeal wisely backing away, didn't want to get caught sticking around too long. By the way, what's up, Ace? How you doing? So much Sea West indeed. There's a lot of Sea West. Probably more than other divisions. And the slide onto Rexar and Gambit. We got to be caught out here. Huge rotation by Frank's Furters. Gonna rotate and push along with this camp up here. Max a Zillion coming in. They're gonna try to defend this, but meanwhile, Joe gets slid. And they're gonna actually drag them to this camp. It's a little bit too late to try and pick it up, but they will get the fort down. And now with Rexar just coming back up, it's going to give Frank's Furters good positioning here for these shrines. I would imagine DK Cold Cuts probably has Dig to go down and will. But now we're going to see 5 members up top as soon as Rexar gets back. Indecisive getting kind of low, but it's too little too late. As Raynor was in mid, able to pick up the Dragon Knight. So they get the Ana, but they're going to lose the map objective. Meanwhile, the Haka going to bot lane to clear the camp. Got a little bit more value there on that bottom wall. Another reverse kick, but unfortunately this one did not go through the uprights to get a kill. Feels bad. Oh, but Boggs is caught way, way out here. Pyro's going to go down. Maybe not needed, but, you know, we'll take it. We'll take the kill right now if you're Piecemeal. Misha diving in, trying to find a stun. Instead finds a ton of damage. And a grenade. Cuts off the healing, but Magic Master caught standing in place there off the life drain. It's a bit of tete here by these squads. As we see level 16 coming in soon here for Piecemeal. And Dark Knight getting some more bribe value, as Falstad does. And while down bot, Furters just waiting to defend here. You know, camp coming up in 10. Piecemeal looking to grab his bottom camp once again. Max Azillion scouts out that Frankfurter's on the way. This is a good fight for them to take right before 16 here, but they gotta force it quick. Sleep Dart not gonna quite be able to force anything. Dark Knight though, maybe looking for the flank for the Gust here. Gust into the corner. Instead, eats a ton of damage from Magic Master, but there's the 16 coming in. Now this is Piecemeal's advantage. Condemned coming in. Dahaka gets blown up. Mosh Pit interrupted by a very nice Gust there, but meanwhile, the camp gonna be picked up. And a ton of poison damage coming out from Magic Master. Hello. Camp picked up for Frankfurters, and even with 16, that went very poorly for the side of Piecemeal. Dowling Pig, meanwhile, gets hit by the Pyro. Oh, the last Q was enough for from Indecisive, but now Raynor gets caught out. This has suddenly turned into a hot mess somehow for Frankfurters. It was a hot mess there for a second, but for Piecemeal, but they salvaged it. Meanwhile, Falstad flies up right into the waiting arms of DJ Coldcuts. Eats a shot from that catapult. There we go. I knew the name. It was rambling around in there somewhere. Meanwhile, Blessed Shield, everything going down, but oh, Dark Knight eating so much corruption. Meanwhile, DJ Coldcuts is pretty much back up to full health all of a sudden. And Magic Master just barely living off of that nano boost and the healing from Indecisive. The Haka ends up going down after being healed back up all the way somehow. Takes all the damage back. I'm confused. There's too much going on here, folks. These team fights are everywhere, and they never seem to really cease. Meanwhile, Misha charging in, still getting just a little bit of healing, takes a quick nap and then goes down. Dowling Pig sliding in with almost no health. Indecisive trying to keep everybody alive somehow. Manages to do so. Magic Master bringing the Q in, finally steps out for just that quick second. Both shrines going to be owned here by Piecemeal. Flight in by Dark Knight, who is now back. Now we've got another 5v5 starting to form up, but Bog's actually taking a ton of damage while the Haka was down bot grabbing the shrine. Now DJ Coldcuts kind of isolated from the rest of his team. We're gonna find him caught out down here a little bit, but looks like not everyone's ready to commit to that just yet. That's actually a nice rotation. Quick heads-up rotation by Piecemeal. Grab them a Dragon Knight. Oof. Again, just a ton of corruption damage on the poor Dark Knight. Hurts. Now we got Rexar and the DK. It's like getting rid of Rexar and Misha. Feels bad. But this bottom keep feels even worse. It's going down real fast. Meanwhile, big condemn and stun to follow there. DJ Coldcut's going to have to rotate away. Gets kicked even further out. Dragon Knight going to go down to the shots there from the mid keep. It looks like Piecemeal's not ready to let this go yet. They get a ton of damage onto Dowling Big. He's going to have to slide away. Magic Master getting low. It's like that Pyroblast went on to cooldown, but I actually didn't see who that hit. Meanwhile, Big Q coming out, dealing a lot of damage. Magic Master now gets the nano, but gets gusted away. And out goes Piecemeal. They've got the Lucio. Be able to just speed that out of here. Now they're going to form up around this camp again. Look at the camp timings. Piecemeal is on top of these. Like they've got a designated camp watcher. Actually, a good idea. I should write that down. Designated camp watcher. All right. Gonna grab themselves a pair of camps down here in the bot lane. Like Frank's Furters may be looking to start something here before level 20. Would be a good idea, but Piecemeal, they kind of have the control between the Gust and the Lucio speed. They can kind of control when they want to fight. So I would expect them to not force it here before 20, and there it is. Meanwhile, big old wave here in the top lane.
Power gathers within the shrines.
Not too far for Frank's Furters to really take advantage of it, even if they were 20 and did want to. Now they've got a long road to get to those 20s. They're not going to have it by the time these shrines are up. They're going to have to find a way to rotate around and stall to try and get that 20. But with the global on the other side, it's a little bit more difficult to avoid. You know, they seeing so many members of Piecemeal up top, Frank's Furters going to push in hard. It's going to become a bit of a base race here, but at this point, trading structures totally in Frank's Furters' advantage without the level 20s. Grab themselves the bottom fort in exchange for the top. It's camp going to be left to finish it off. And quick rotation to mid here by Piecemeal. Get a nice condemn.
Blue team has destroyed
Clearing a wave here. And this time it's going to be Frank's Furters grabbing this camp. Feels like Piecemeal's had that camp pretty much all game long. Still not level 20. Tongue not quite finding Lucio. AJ Coldcut's almost found it. A big isolation, and now the mosh pit to follow, but again, very nice Gust from Dark Knight, able to get the disengagement. And now they're looking to regroup and maybe re-engage here. Still no level 20s for Frank's Furters, and Dahaka going to be the first to go down. With that isolation, doesn't have quite as much tanky ability there. Magic Master gets the nano, but he's trying to put damage out. But right now, Piecemeal is on the chase. Condemn comes in. Nice slide from Dallian Big, trying to zone them away here. Between that and the face melt, doing a good job of keeping them at bay a bit, but now it's going to be ETC that goes down for his efforts. Again, big damage coming out from Magic Master, but at this point, looks like it might be too little too late. As Bog rotates down, it's going to try and put some damage on the backside, but the shields are gone from this core. Indecisive taking a ton of damage from Gambit. And it's going to be just Magic Master left to try and defend against all five. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be it. Game number 1. Going to be going over to Piecemeal here on Dragonshire. Very, very well done by these guys. It's kind of a constant macro-oriented game. They only took team fights when it was advantageous. That's textbook how you want to play Dragonshire, and you can see why these guys picked this map. Did a good draft for it. And they executed it pretty brilliantly. And the big thing is they didn't too often feed into the team fighting. That was kind of one of the keys I was looking at early in the game. Was, you know, are they going to feed into that strategy? Was Piecemeal going to feed into that strategy of Frank's Furters and the strength of their comp, which was team fighting? And you'd occasionally see them take some fights that went even, maybe a little in favor of Frank's Furters even, with that, the Gul'dan and a combo and all the damage they had to put out, the superior CC. But ultimately, doing a good job of taking advantage of those disengage abilities. Falstad with the Gust, Lucio with the speed to be able to get them out or chase exceedingly well. Yeah, very well done. I mean, that's Odd Thought letting me know that they're looking at what Frank's Furters wants to do here. Their next, their choice. And we'll move on to game number 2 in just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break while we set up this next matchup. And we'll be back here for game number 2, Piecemeal versus Frank's Furters. Welcome back, everybody. Game number 2 going to be coming in here shortly here. Piecemeal up 1-0 against Frank's Furters. Looks like we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Looks like these teams are all in lobby. Just waiting for those sweet, sweet readies. And we will get on in for game number 2. I'll give them mine while we're sitting here just waiting. How's everybody doing tonight? That's not quite the nightcap, actually. Taking a look at the calendar tonight, we had a lot of games. First of all, it's 15. Not a record by any means, mind you, for the season, but still, quite a few games. But we still have a 10 o'clock game scheduled, which currently does not have a caster. I also cannot cast that one, even if we finish by 10, which seems unlikely. It's fortunately, that's just a little bit too late for me right now. Maybe sometime later on. Maybe next season, we'll see. Get back to the late night drafting. That's speaking, or casting, I should say. But let's get into the late night drafting here as we go into game number 2. Infernal Shrine's a constant favorite here in NGS. It's been a while, I feel like, since I've participated in or casted a game that didn't have Infernal Shrines in it. See, more often teams love to pick it rather than ban it. Heavy priority on the wave clear, specifically the shrine clear on this map. One of the only maps where we see Sonya and Kerrigan more favored than the other maps. Orphea is still going to be the ban out, though. We saw Orphea and Jaina both taken out early along with Junkrat last game, so these teams seemingly doing their homework, scouting each other out. No big surprise there. So now we see a second pick coming in for Piecemeal. Or second ban, I should say. This time around, though, Furters making an adjustment and taking out the Falstad, so bit of a nod there to Dark Knight. We'll see the Junkrat taken out here once again. Piecemeal figuring if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So this time around, this is Frank's Furters map choice. So first pick, first ban, going to Piecemeal. We'll see what they have here for their first pick, right after we see this last ban for Frank's Furters. I'll stick with the Muradin ban for now. Got Air Muradin and Ground Muradin banned away now. And a pretty high priority on Johanna. Actually, no, that wasn't their first pick, was it? That was in the 3-4. What do they have in 2-3? Well, there's still the Johanna. I called it by accident. I'm better at being right by accident than I am at being right on purpose. But you know what they say, better to be lucky than good. So I'll take it. They had the Rexar Falstad was 2-3 if I remember correctly. But DJ Coldcut's going to change it up this time around. Not looking at the Dahaka. Going to go to Ragnaros. But we will get Dallying Pig back on his ETC. Especially without Falstad to gust away. We might see a little bit more power to those mosh pits this time around. He had a couple of good, well set up mosh pits, but ended up being gusted out of them. This time, Kalphos Lucio going to be prioritized a little bit higher, and that makes sense, especially for the Kalphos. KT with very good shrine clear. Ragnaros also has pretty good shrine clear, particularly when you feel the need to disengage. You have the ability to Molten Core to quickly clear up a little bit more of that. And that one confuses me a bit. Ana banned out by Frank's Furters. And they already had the Lucio? Hmm? That would be an interesting thing to see, though, I have to admit. Lucio and Ana on the same team? How do you kill anybody at that point? But Deckard going to be banned out on the other side. So 2 picks coming up for Frank's Furters. We won't see the Ana that we saw last game. Instead, we'll see the Stukov, which was banned out last game. And Bog's going to go back to his Rainer. Good sustain for the Jimmy on this map as well. Constantly being able to just slowly but surely whittle down those shrine minions. Give them some pepper. Also getting some decent value on this map.
blades are yours.
Meanwhile, we're going to see Greymane and Sonya coming out here. Very, very good shrine clear picked up in these last 2 picks for Piecemeal. Again, this is one of those maps where Sonya is more favored than we see her on other maps. Definitely the second best shrine clearer. Second only to Kerrigan. But Kerrigan far less meta at the moment. And Kel'Thuzad going to be coming out here for Frank's Furters, so getting a little spicy here in game number 2. Kel'Thuzad, a decent counter to melee heavy squads, though a lot of people are playing Greymane a little bit more as a ranged carry now, doing a lot less of the Worgen form style. I've even seen some people going back to some of the cocktail talents when it suits them. But we shall see. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with Frank's Furters comp. It's going to depend again on whether or not they can get good team fighting engages, especially early in the game to get Kel'Thuzad stacked. But we shall see. On the left, Piecemeal up 1-0 in the series so far. We've got Dark Knight playing the Greymane. We've got Apollyon going to be playing the Kalthos. We've got Gambit playing the... what is he playing? Is that... Oh, that's Sonya. Okay. Got it. Odd Thought going to be on the Lucio, and Max Zillion back once again on the Johanna. Meanwhile, on the right, moving all around, is Frank's Furters. We've got Boggs back on the Rainer. EJ Coldcut's going to be playing the Ragnaros. We've got Indecisive on the Stukov. Magic Master going to be playing the Kel'Thuzad. Dowling Pig going right in there on the ETC. I don't think he gets a speed boost from the Ragnaros circle when he's mounted. I feel like those don't stack. But all the same, he had it. He was ready to use it. The Rag v Sonya up here on the top. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Piecemeal playing smart once again here in this matchup, and right away just staying away from the Kel'Thuzad. They're staying all the way back at the wall. They're not walking it up hardly at all here. They're staying in minion soak range, but they're not. Yeah, that's what they were avoiding. They were just not wanting to get hit by that chain. And this is how you play against a Kel'Thuzad. It's very boring to watch, quite frankly, but this is how you do it. And we're going to see Magic Master get down here just in time to see them cap the camp. Oh, but this time he's in range. Does not throw out the chain, though. Even gets hit by the cocktail. Bummer. Dowling Pig with the slide. And they got the slow from Stukov as well onto the Kalthos. That would have been a good opportunity for Magic Master to try and step up and get a stack, but like for right now, Frank's Furter is playing it a little bit passive. But yeah, you just don't feed him stacks, and then it takes him longer and longer in these matches to really get charged up. And here's going to be a fight as we see them force here onto this camp, and Kalthos gets blown up there. Not only Pig going down on the other side, though. Ragnaros actually rotating down. Sonya as well going to be coming down here. We're getting everybody involved, but that's 4 stacks now for Magic Master. Gets him started. You know, and we talked about Piecemeal playing passive here to try to avoid giving those stacks. On the other side, Furters has to play kind of almost overly aggressive to really force those stacks in. Like at this point in the game, if your main goal is just to stack Kel'Thuzad, you maybe 3 to 4 man invade on the camp up top and try and get at a Sonya. Maybe see if you can find multiple members there. The camp invade in mid was a good move. Just kind of, you know, want to see more of that from Furters here. But either way, we will get some opportunities here for Magic Master as they rotate on into the Shrine. A little bit of an early lead here for Piecemeal. They get it started a little quicker. Oh, but up top, DJ Coldcut's taking a lot of damage from Gambit. Multiple members rotating up to answer for that, but ultimately that's a Sonya. Pretty tanky. And Piecemeal getting an even bigger lead on the Shrine, now almost to 30. As we see the slide in. Nice chain coming in, and it is indeed... oh, it's actually Ragnaros that went down on the other side. I read that completely backwards. My mistake. Thought they had something there, but no, Lucio keeping everybody very topped up and healthy right now. Good sustain all around right now from Piecemeal. And again, until they get this Kel'Thuzad stack, it's going to be kind of difficult for Furters to find kills. Dowling Pig does a nice job baiting the Punisher up over the wall. And DJ Coldcut's going to actually go ahead and pop the Molten Core. Hits the stun on the Maxazillion. Meanwhile, Chain not really finding the combo there. We do see him up to 10 stacks, though. So, you know, quest started. Still's got a bit of a ways to go there. Meanwhile, camp invade by Piecemeal. Very aggressive. You see the Condemn on the backside catching 3. Indecisive, trying to throw the silence over the wall at this point. Dowling Pig getting poked down kind of low. And the siege camp still up. Another team was able to kill that, so it's still going to be available for Furters a little bit later. Meanwhile, decent damage on the mid fort. Got the well in mid. And now about a half level lead, give or take. As another camp picked up here in the bot. DJ Coldcuts has moved down to bot, so now Sonya was up top going up against Raynor in the solo lane. Now doing a bit of double soak work as Sonya rotating to mid. Camp grabbed in bot. I like I should say Piecemeal. They've got nice macro play overall so far is what I've seen. Good communication overall, directing the Sonya, but meanwhile, invasion by Furters coming out, and this time it is Lucio that goes down. And another couple stacks for Magic Master while they're at it. Nice camp invade, and that's exactly the kind of playstyle that Furters needs here in this matchup. They need to just be able to play aggressive, force Piecemeal to fight them. At any opportunity, at every opportunity. Slide in. We will see the Unstoppable popped there, so Iron Skin saving Maxazillion from a decent amount of damage there. But it is still a 14th stack for Magic Master. Meanwhile, now up to 13 globes for Kalthos on the other side. DJ Coldcut's getting closer and closer to his Smash quest being completed.
Power gathers within the shrine.
16 globes right now for Dowling Pig as he gets closer and closer to being done with Guitar Hero. Sliding onto Kel'Thas here, but Dowling Pig ultimately going to back up and look to just settle with the camp. You know, a lava wave picked up here. I like that selection on this map in particular. Spend a lot of time fighting on these shrines. Interesting choice, though, to pop it up in top, where Frankfurter's already was going to be. They could have put it down bottom and gotten a little bit of extra push pressure off of that. Not a whole lot, but, you know, a little. You know, while 10s have been picked up here, and now everybody hitting the R buttons. Dowling Pig hitting the two-man mosh pit. Iron Skin, though, coming out, and we do see it interrupted. Meanwhile, Pyroblast going out, going to take down ETC, the leap from Gambit, to finish off Stukov, and just like that, it's a 3-for-0 as Ragnaros goes down as well. And Piecemeal getting the better of that exchange. And again, the chain hitting Johanna. Max Zillion eating the tower shots as well. Now down in health. Frankfurters did get up to 22, but now Piecemeal has matched that and surpassed it. I don't think there's any way Frankfurters gets back here in time to get this one back. It's too much clear. And there is number 40. Dowling Pig can eat the stun, but makes it out before that Q falls down. Bit of an early pop there onto the Molten Core, but DJ Cold Cuts is going to eat a little bit of this damage before it expires. Good positioning to pop out on the other side of the fort. Leave them opportunity to retreat here. But there's the jump in from the Punisher. Multiple stuns come down, and ETC gets rolled. Meanwhile, the leap from Gambit onto Magic Master. We just see the lava wave coming in response, but again, up top where they could have maybe defended it here, where in mid is getting kind of pummeled. And do see another 3-for-0 coming out of that for Piecemeal. And front wall going to go down as well. Camp invade, just salt in the wound right now for Frankfurters. To see if they want to push with this. A lot of members a little bit light on mana at the moment here. Mid kind of low as well. They can look to maybe rotate on that. Piecemeal kind of wavering a little bit where they want to go. Think about it, and then we'll back off and rotate down. Meanwhile, Frankfurter's not wavering at all. They are immediately down on this bottom camp. Look out, here comes the rotation. It's gonna be too late for the camp, but it's not too late to take a team fight here. Ragnaros is up top, so this is an opportunity for them, but a 3-man mosh pit. Turning it around a bit here as Kael'thas trying to jump away. Nice gravity lapse on the other side to answer. Dowling Pig going to be able to slide out, but ultimately they did lose the Stukov there. Out of all of that. Dowling Pig trying to salvage that with Big Mosh, but looks like it had gotten interrupted. That wasn't me, that was the cat. Don't blame me, my observer is a cat, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, only sometimes. A bit of a lull in the action here. Team's going to grab their camps on both sides as they head slowly in towards level 16. This time we'll see the lava wave going down bot lane. Meanwhile, 4-man rotate in towards this camp. Max Zillion actually didn't get the angle to see it there, I think, until somebody crossed in front of him there. You know, on point, we see the ult on the backside. Boggs gets just smashed there by the Pyroblast. He has to back out. 2 go down, 3 go down. Dowling Pig gonna run for his life here. Gambit trying to cut him off. He gets dismounted by the minion wave. The slide goes down. Looks like he will maybe make it. Nope, no way now. The stun came in from KT. And that Lucio speed, just too much. That's a pretty big stagger as well. We got 3 members up in the next 6 seconds for Frankfurters, but ETC still down for 20. It's going to deny them a lot of safety here as we see Piecemeal marching on in to the mid lane. And the wall goes down. And while Furters cleans that up and waits for ETC, we're going to see Piecemeal get a massive advantage on the shrine. They clear up those first 10 like they're made of tissue paper. And yeah, at this point, Furters has completely given this one up, and it makes sense. It's kind of what you would expect when you're down 16 pretty much anyway. You might fight it if you have a chance to get the Punisher, but at this point, there is zero chance they're going to get it. And yeah, you are totally on point, Ripper. The Lucio sound barrier timing has been good all game long. They have been sustaining through these fights very well. Lava Wave going to come down the bot lane. We see Molten Core being popped here. Gonna actually stun them in the Lava Wave. So a lot of damage coming down, but ultimately we do see that getting taken down. Leap onto the backside again with Pyro going on to Dallying Pig. And Kel'Thuzad goes down. Raynor soon to follow. Kel'Thuzad actually going to use that phylactery to come back here. And he's at 28 stacks. Magic Master almost stacked here, but they do not have Jimmy right now. Oh, and what a great combo there. Coming in from Piecemeal. The follow-up to that Punisher jump was very good. First bullet coming out and just all the damage collapsing. So without Stukov, this is going to be a very difficult defense. Punisher jumps in, damage comes down, and Dallying Pig will fall. And ladies and gentlemen, that is looking like the end of this matchup here as Piecemeal turning out of the core. 50% now. And we see the combo damage coming out from Magic Master. They're trying to mount the defense, but it's going to be too little too late as Johanna falls. And Piecemeal scoring the domination over Furters here on Infernal Shrines. GG, well played. So go to our match summary screen for this NGS matchup. And let's not forget to give Piecemeal their point, of course. Whole lot of zeros in this matchup. Gotta talk about those zeros. I gotta figure out what this error is. Is it just me? Anyone saying that happened to anyone else, or is it just me? It's probably just me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I unfortunately have to call it a night there. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I would love to do an interview with these squads, Piecemeal, I should say, this squad. However, I have got to go for the night. But I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. Congratulations to Piecemeal, and thank you to both of these teams for coming out. Thanks for everybody for coming out and watching here tonight. I'm going to send you guys over to Ziltoid. Yeah, ATZ did get stacked though, Ripper. I was on it. I was sure to make sure everyone knew. But thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out the NGS Patron, as well as the NGS YouTube channel, where we're going to be storing all of these matchups. And until next time, for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jayzon. This is my cat right here, coming into the shot at the perfect time right at the end. And until later, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.